If you recall, I did a video, I guess it was about a week ago, about Facebook and one of the 6 reasons why you need to buy Facebook. And one of those reasons was Facebook's entry into the India market. They, on April the 12th, invested $5.7 billion in JIO platforms. And JIO is part of Reliance Industries, the largest publicly traded company in India, and it's in the telecommunications business. I felt this was important because I recognized from my advertising on Facebook that Facebook's second largest market is India. It's an interesting situation if you want to if you're trying to get views on YouTube and you want to advertise your videos on Facebook, you can target them to the United States and you'll pay anywhere from 50 cents to 75 cents for a click. But if you, in my case, I was doing it with large luxury homes, if you'll run the same ad and target it to India, it will cost you anywhere from a half to 2 cents per click. And that's because it's a different market, and they want to see what big American homes look like. So I had some knowledge of the India market and their love for Facebook, and that they are Facebook's second largest market. So when I saw that Mark was going to India and putting $5.7 billion into this company, and then I did further research and I realized that only about half of India has good mobile service, and it was through the Facebook effort that they were going to expand into this additional market. Well, as a result of Mark's investment of $5.7 million, other people have become interested, and they have raised an amount of $10 billion over the last 2 months. And one of those companies going into it is Microsoft. Microsoft is saying they're interested in putting $2 billion into this. Microsoft is, again, one of the big 6 that I think you should be invested in. As it is today, Facebook is up, Microsoft is down, so I increased my position by a third in Microsoft today, because I believe these are the companies who are recognizing the massive, or experiencing the massive potential of the internet, but recognizing that only 40% of the world's population is currently hooked up to the internet. So the real growth potential in the very near future is to expand into these other markets. Now, China is a bigger market, of course, than India, but China doesn't let Facebook and doesn't let Google. I think Google's in there, but they're getting their lunch handed to them by one of the bat companies of China. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because I think you as an investor need to recognize that with this convergence of technologies and the honing of some of the technologies that has occurred over the last 5 years, they are going to be able to take the skills and the talents that they've achieved here in the Western world and expand them into the Eastern world. The next frontier will, of course, be Africa. So we have to be attuned to that. But JIO is a huge opportunity for Facebook and a huge opportunity for you. Some of the other companies that have put some money in is Vista Equity Partners are putting in $750 million, and Silver Lake Vista is $1.5 billion. Silver Lake is $750 million. And KKR is $1.5 billion. So this is all the more reason, even though you see Facebook going up and hitting new heights, they have recognized they have a market here in the United States of roughly 350 million people, and India has 1.2 billion people. So you can do the math and you can see the potential there. And that's why we need to be invested in Facebook. We need to be invested in Microsoft and take advantage of these huge opportunities in some less developed countries. The next issue I want to address is that of educational revolution. I'm going to do a video. It'll come out on Wednesday. And I think there is some convergences not only of technology, but I think the coronavirus has brought to our attention the opportunity to educate people differently. And through my own experience, I know not everybody learns the same way, and yet our educational system pretty much teaches everybody the same way. So I think the tech companies are going to recognize an opportunity here, and an opportunity to kind of level the playing field of who can get a good education and where they can get it. So be on the watch for that video. It'll be out on Wednesday. And then I want to follow up probably on Friday with a video that addresses the other real pandemic problem that we got going in our country, that is the fuse has been lit just recently in Minneapolis, and it's now exploding in many other parts of our country. I think the tech world needs to address this issue as they have addressed other issues, and they need to come together to change the world for the better, to give education, make education available to everybody so that we don't have these socioeconomic disparities that create some of the conflicts that we're now dealing with.